So let's get into reach. Now, Jess, I mean, we all know Google has a lot of reach, right? Let's talk about Microsoft. I mean, is there an audience on Microsoft that you can't reach on Google? Love to get your thoughts here.
Yeah, so that's I think the really interesting piece about Microsoft is that while it only holds, let's say, 3% or so of the share of the search market, that still equates to about 100 million daily users. So there's a lot of people who are still on Microsoft, and while it's a smaller pool, it's people that you likely are not reaching on Google. The Bing network also captures AOL, Yahoo, DuckDuckGo. So you've got a lot of different places that people are searching. So it's largely an untapped market, which is really interesting if you're just looking for an extra boost and a way to reach different people.
Yeah, and that's such a interesting point and a good point to make is when people think advertising on Bing, they're like, okay, I get it. We're going to advertise on Bing, but Bing was really smart, and Microsoft was smart. They know that they're competing for search dollars against Google. So instead of just saying, okay, I'm going to have a Microsoft-only search engine and monetization platform, they pulled resources and brought in AOL and Yahoo and DuckDuckGo, which I'm sure a lot of people that are listening to this webinar right now have heard of DuckDuckGo. That's actually an up and coming search engine that's very much privacy focused, which a lot of people are into these days. So you definitely get a really nice reach of all these engines, which at one point, a lot of these engines had their own ad platform. And I, speaking from experience, I used to work at Yahoo back in 2005 or 2007, one of those years. It's been a while. But at that point, they had their own ad platform to advertise on Yahoo, but now through Microsoft and their network of engines, they can pull it all together so any business out there can just spread their message across every engine out there. So, yeah, that's super interesting. And Jess, for any advertisers that's considering of advertising on Microsoft, understanding that there is a different audience and reach, is there a percentage of budget that maybe they should be thinking about when testing Microsoft as compared to Google?
Yeah, typically when we are working with clients and we're moving them from Google to Bing, we tell them to look at somewhere between 20 to 30% of their Google budget. So definitely a reduction, not any kind of dollar amount that you're spending on Google, but just to test it out and see what happens. Some people find that Bing actually has better performance than Google and end up investing more. But yeah, starting with a much smaller amount, just because that search market share is so much smaller, is the right way to go.
Yep. So 20 to 30%, really good benchmark. And just to put it into business terms for anyone who's listening, if for 2024 you're looking for an extra 20 to 30% of customers, well, this really could be your ticket there if you're not currently present on the Microsoft network of engines. So